Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be our weekly shadow work. So we're going to start with our shadow side, or the side that we keep hidden or repressed, and we're going to see if there's anything that we need to know. All right. So that we first need to start with gathering our confidence, that we need to follow our passions, that we need to see things for what they are, and that sometimes we need to make some bold moves. So if you feel like you've been kind of stuck on the back burner, or if there's things that you want to achieve that you haven't been working towards, then this is an indication that that's something that we need to work on. Could also be that you need to be more confident when it comes to love, that maybe you are kind of being pessimistic about the outcome, or that you're hesitant to act, that you might have your eye on somebody that you want to make an offer to, but for whatever reason you aren't taking that action. Maybe you've dealt with some heartbreak as well. I do think that you need to start having some boundaries, that you need to stick up for yourself and the things that you want, and that you may have been facing some harsh judgment from others, or that you're judging yourself too harshly, and that that could need some work or some change. I do feel like that you're in a negative mindset, and so we need to start by nurturing ourselves, pouring into our own cup of love before we can really give to another. And so that you might also have dealt with maybe some negative stuff when it comes to love, or even in childhood, that maybe you had somebody that was kind of neglectful, or somebody who didn't really pay you the attention that you needed. And so that might be something that you struggle with when you need the attention. So this is an indication that things really do need to change. So you need to be willing to kind of stride out into new territory and make the necessary changes in order for things to actually transform in your life. Let's see what we have from our light side. What do we need to know? All right, it's time to let go of toxic cycles, codependency, addictions, things that leave us feeling stuck, trapped, or bound, and that we really do need to gather our confidence and our courage to go forward. Sometimes that involves making a conscious decision, or making the effort, removing the blindfold, really seeing things for what they are, not viewing it under some sort of illusion or rose-colored glasses, and really deciding what it is we want, and then taking some action to actually go forward. I feel like currently you're in this very stuck, stagnant energy. So I feel like shifting your perspective is going to help you to see that things can change for the better if you're willing to take some action. So come up with a well-laid plan. Make sure that there's some boundaries in place if things have not been great, or people walk all over you. Make sure that you stick up for yourself and what it is you need. But you need to start thinking about the future and what that looks like. Who does that involve? Are you traveling? Are you changing jobs? Are you changing relationships? Are you getting involved? Are you getting uninvolved? What does your future actually look like? And don't be afraid of the judgment. I feel like you need to gather your confidence. There's also some sort of ending that's taking place, or that needs to. This is something that I feel like you need to really let go of the past, and you need to let go of the negative mindset, and maybe the doubt and the self-pity as well, that it's finally time to transform. Death is cyclical, so it's life and death. It's the cycles that are changing. So think of, as one door opens, another one closes, one door closes, another one opens. It's a cycle, right? You have to make the spiritual, energetic room for the new to come in. So if you're still dealing with things from the past that you don't want, and you haven't closed that chapter, you're not allowing the new energy in because you haven't closed out that last chapter. So let something be final. I feel like you do need to gather your confidence, but I also feel like somebody could be spying on you from a distance. So, whoever this person is, I do think that they are kind of on a fact-finding mission, or they are wanting to kind of spy on you because of the lack of confidence. What else do we need to know about this reading? All right. So work might be taking up a lot of your time. You might not be putting your best foot forward. So make sure that you are actually doing your due diligence, that you're not being lazy, or that you aren't trying to kind of, get paid for a lack of work. So make sure that you are doing your part. Seven of Cups. I think there was a lot of options at one point, and maybe some things have fizzled out, or that maybe you think your special person that you have eyes for, that you're spying on, could also have lots of options, and that might kind of break your heart a little bit, or that somebody may have tried to pull the wool over your eyes. It does look like you have kind of neglected following through with your passions, and I feel like maybe you were judged for these things in the past, so maybe you've decided that, like, if they insulted your art or something like that, that maybe you have decided, well, it's not worth doing. That's not the case. If you're passionate about it, do it. Just because somebody doesn't like it doesn't mean that it isn't worth your time. The Page of Coins. You need to start setting some goals, but you also have to shift your perspective and realize that your goals are important, especially to you. So you need to start going after those. And I feel like money worries are something that you are very much thinking about right now. So shift your perspective to think positively. I do think that there can be a change for the better in your finances, but I do think it's going to take you stepping out of your comfort zone and putting forth some hard work and some effort to get there. It does look like there are some happier days ahead. If you're starting to kick things like addictions, remember it takes 21 days to break a habit or to start a new one. I do think that marriage is something you're thinking about as well, but if you're struggling with things like codependency, you need to work on those before you get involved so that you're ready to be in a healthy relationship. But it does look like marriage is something that's coming through. I do think a decision has to be made about whether you're going to go into commitment or whether you're ready for that. So think about it logically. I feel like you're losing sleep over a lot of stuff right now. So really gathering your confidence. I also think that shifting your perspective is going to help you see that maybe you're worrying about some things a little needlessly. Other things might be more of a priority. So focus on practical things, things that you can actually change. And one of those is you don't have to overthink the situation. I do think you're closing out old cycles, that something new is trying to come in that's a lot better, that things are turning around 360 degrees or full circle. So you will soon have the world at your fingertips. I think travel is also possible, and I think that some sort of new adventure awaits you in your future, but you have to decide if you want to take that action or not. So shift your perspective. See the glass as half full. It's also refillable. If you're in the doom and gloom, self-pity, and not good feelings, we want to flip that smile upside down, right? We want to make sure that we are going forward into positive energy. Flip your frown upside down is what I meant to say. Mercury in retrograde gets me every time. I have Virgo placements and Mercury controls Virgo. So I do think that there are lots of endings that need to happen, and part of that is just shifting your perspective on things and seeing that once you close out the old chapter of the negative energy, that you have a lot better energy that's trying to come in. All right, so we are going to start putting forth better effort into what we do for to earn a living, as well as things that maybe we have set goals on. I do think that people are really watching you, so this might be your chance to shine. I also think that this could be something where maybe you're up for a promotion, a raise, some sort of advancement in your career. Let's see what our outcome is for this reading. All right, King of Swords. Be cautious with authority figures. I think there is somebody who really operates in logic or analytical thinking, and this could be a boss, this could be a parent, this could be a partnership, but somebody who really doesn't show their emotions a lot, but they're hiding those below the surface. So it could be somebody who's quick to judge, somebody who really maybe is kind of very quick-witted, or somebody who's very intelligent that you might be able to bounce ideas off of. It's time to let go of the heartbreak and the things that you have dealt with, and you might need to retreat a little bit to kind of think about these things. Some inner work, some shadow work, some reflection is definitely needed right now, but there is a new golden opportunity coming. This is literally a gift from the universe telling you that they're helping you with your finances. So again, pay raise, promotion, job change, things like that, but it's something that elevates your status. It's something that's a new beginning. So you may have already planted these seeds, and now you need to gather your confidence in order to keep going forward so that you can get to where your goal actually is. Stop worrying about what others think. Get away from the judgmental thoughts, especially if you're judging yourself or others. If you're burnt out and exhausted, take a break, find some time to rest. It does look like you have a lot of abundance coming in for you, so the fruits of your labor pay off, and it looks like you get a victory. So stop worrying about the things that you have zero control to change. Focus on the things that you do have power to work on. Work on you this week. Let go of any sort of toxic cycles so that you can go towards your actual victory, the things that you want out of life. And it does look like things greatly improve. So this could be a lottery win, some sort of inheritance, some sort of abundance that's coming to you after all of your hard work. And you may be cast in the spotlight or some sort of recognition, potentially even become famous. I do think part of this comes from a creative outlet. So if you're feeling creative, creative. Let those juices flow this week and go with the flow. Hope it helps. Have a great week.